Who could have believed that Fremantle and the Carlton Football Club, Ross, could be one of the games of the round? Fremantle second on the ladder, Carlton sixth on the ladder. And I've got two of your boys, Ross. When you were the coach, ex-boys, Andy Brayshaw and also Adam Cherrell picked 2 and 5 in the 2017 National Draft. How do you see the two players?
Well, a club-building draft. Yeah. And Cherrell now really helping Carlton. Look, they're great characters, train hard. Andy's got a little bit more pop. Yeah. Speed, endurance than Adam. Adam just hasn't quite got that pace, but beautiful ball handlers, great preparers, courageous. Adam a little bit more height, but to see him go head-to-head, it just adds a little bit of spice to the game.
Next captain of Fremantle, you think?
Oh, indisputable. Yeah. He could do it now. He could do it now. He's a very special young man and come back from that big broken jaw.
We wanted to show the midfield matchups of these two clubs because Carlton have had a lot of hype this year, Ross. But I think this Fremantle midfield isn't huge on names, but they're going under the radar a fair bit.
Gee, they're big. You know, I think Brayshaw, Cherrell, like if I had to, you take Brayshaw. Sarong, Hewitt for experience, but Sarong is a star. We know that. Brodie's making his mark. You'd probably put Mundy up to handle Cripps, and Walsh is obviously a star on the wings. They just sort of even out and Walsh. So I would probably take the Fremantle midfield and going forward, but Carlton are getting it done. They've improved their depth.
Ross, what about clearances and contested ball? Carlton build their game around it, don't they?
They've been incredible, particularly first halves. They get that start. They're really scoring off clearance, differential. They're number 1, and contested ball, number 2, number 1 in the AFL. But Freo are rock solid. So Carlton are going to have to make sure that if Fremantle match them, is the rest of the game in order, because they are relying on that really strongly. Freo are fantastic at defending and scoring off turnover. Number 1 in the league, whereas Carlton are in the negative 6 points. So it's the biggest scoring source, turnover. So Carlton have got a bit to get in order in their game, and Freo in great shape.
One of the big talking points about Carlton this year, Ross, is what's going on with the fade-out. So Hawthorn, they were all on fire, nearly blew it, got over the line. Port Adelaide last week, they were all over them, fell away. And look at this, number 1 for disposals in first quarters, number 1 for points for. And then second halves, they jumped to 17th and 13th.
Well, what we love about that is they're emotionally brave to give everything in the first half and then fall away a little bit. So I'd rather have that than some clubs that aren't turning up in first quarters.
But they would be looking to address what's going on.
Yeah, they'd be nervous about that. Because as soon as Port Adelaide last week started to even up the contested ball, they could put pressure on Carlton's defence, and I thought they were vulnerable. With no McGovern there, obviously Jones retiring. If Wiedering's got his hands full, Finlayson hitting up, drawing him out, the rest were vulnerable quickly, and that's what I was saying. Fremantle are really competent in those areas, but Fremantle haven't been a quick starting team. They rank about 8th or 9th. They've got to match Carlton. They're the best starting team in the competition along with Collingwood.
We pulled apart Jack Madsden a few weeks ago around how assertive. He was too assertive, too far off his man. And I went and watched this game, Ross, just as a spectator, and I had a great respect for Fremantle's defensive actions. They played good old-fashioned defence.
Yeah, I haven't seen him up closer, but what I know is Alex Pearce is a star. He's in the top 5 defenders in the AFL, back off severe injury, and they got young Cox, who can really defend, a lot of time into him. And then you've got Luke Ryan rolling off. But they're going to come up against Curnow and McKay. So I think you'd send Pearce to McKay and say to Cox, well, you've got to take care of Curnow, and Luke Ryan rolling off to help. But I think if I'm Fremantle, you say, well, who can beat us? We've got to control the two talls. But Carlton are going to have to control Luke Ryan rolling off, and Silvani gets those jobs. So Silvani might go to Luke Ryan if he can get
At home, you're tipping the Dockers?
Yeah, I think Fremantle win as long as they match Carlton's start.